The light of friendship, a bond beyond circumstances. In the hustling city of Bangalore, where glass towers brushed the skies and autos weaved through traffic light, and in the hurry stood one of the most prestigious commerce college in the city. Among the hundreds of students who walked through its gates every day, two boys from completely different worlds crossed paths and created a bond that would one day become a tale of inspiration. Praveen was the son of a wealthy businessman raised in a luxurious home in Koramangala. He had every comfort imaginable, a wardrobe full of branded clothes, a shiny new bike, the latest phone, and a never ending monthly allowance. But behind all that, he was humble, kind hearted, and grounded in the way that surprised even his own peers. Pratap, on the other hand, came from a humble family in Tumkur. His father was a government school teacher and his mother a homemaker. Pratap had gotten into the college on merit, fighting over every odd financial, emotional, and social circumstances. He stayed in a small PG room shared with three boys, ate two meals a day, and used borrowed or second hand textbooks. But his ambition burned bright. He wanted to become a chartered accountant, not just to earn, but to change his family's life. Their first meeting was rather ordinary. It was during the first week of college while standing in line to get their ID cards. Pratap dropped his file for documents in a hurry. While others ignored him, Praveen stepped forward, helped him gather the papers, and smiled. First year BCom? Pratap nodded. Me too, said Praveen, and from that moment on, a deep friendship took root. In college, they started sitting together, cracking jokes, discussing assignments, and studying late at the library. Over time, Praveen noticed how Pratap hesitated when it comes to joining friends for lunch or buying notes. One day in the canteen, Pratap declined food saying he wasn't hungry. Praveen quietly ordered an extra plate and placed in front of him. I didn't ask if you are hungry, just eat, he said, and that became a ritual. Praveen began helping him in little ways, covering food cost, lending books, even slipping in part of Pratap's college fees. One semester, when he found out that the loan hadn't come through, but never once did he make Pratap feel lesser. For Pratap, it was a strange kind of gratitude mixed with embarrassment. But Praveen always made light of it, saying, if our situations were reversed, I know you would do the same. One Saturday, after submitting a tough assignment, Praveen said, let's go celebrate. Lunch was on me. Indranagar? Pratap hesitated. Not too fancy, okay? Praveen just grinned and revved in his bike. They zoomed past Al-Sur and reached a cozy biryani place tucked in a quiet lane. Over spicy food and cola, they laughed about college life, discussed dreams, and shared stories of their childhoods. Neither of them knew that the day would change their lives forever. On their way back, as they rode past Domlur flyover, a speeding car suddenly swerved from the opposite direction. Praveen, who was riding, tried to steer away, but the impact was unavoidable. The bike crashed and both were thrown off violently. When Praveen regained consciousness, he had bruises and cuts but couldn't move. Next to him, but he could move. Next to him, Pratap lay unconscious, his right leg twisted horribly, his hand limp, blood trickling from his mouth. Panic seized Praveen. He screamed for help, flagged down a car, and called an ambulance. At the hospital, the doctors rushed Pratap into emergency care. Praveen waited outside, fingers shaking, clothes bloodied, unable to think straight. That night, Pratap's parents arrived, terrified and weeping. Praveen ran to them, held their hands, and tried to comfort them. The three of them sat in anxious silence as the doctors assessed Pratap's condition. After a long wait, the doctor finally came out. Your son has suffered multiple fractures. His leg is badly damaged. We need to perform a surgery within 24 hours, otherwise, we may not be able to save it. The words hit them like a thunderbolt. How much will it cost, doctor? Asked Pratap's father, his voice shaking. 7 lakhs, came the reply. Pratap's mother turned pale. They tried reaching out to relatives, begged friends, even pledged their small jewelry. But by morning, they had only managed to collect 2 lakhs. 5 lakhs was still short. They sat in a hospital corridor, broken, unable to stop crying. That's when Praveen stepped forward. Uncle, Auntie, he said softly, please don't worry, I will arrange the money. Their eyes widened. Beta, that is too much. We can't let you. He is not just my friend, Praveen said. He is my brother, and I can't stand by and watch him suffer. Please let me help. With that, Praveen transferred the 5 lakh from his own account. The operation was scheduled that evening. Pratap's parent held his hands, unable to express the gratitude in their hearts. The surgery went on for 5 hours. Praveen waited outside praying. The doctor finally came out with a smile. Operation successful. The leg is saved, but he needs bed rest for 6 months. Praveen breathed a sigh of relief. The real test had only begun. Over the next few weeks, Praveen was a constant presence at the hospital. He had come early, bring breakfast, help Pratap to sit up, feed him, crack jokes, and sometimes even sleep there when Pratap was restless. Nurses began to recognize him not as a visitor but as a family. When Pratap was discharged, he was taken home in an ambulance. He still couldn't walk and needed help for the smallest task. Every evening after the college, Praveen came over with notebooks, assignments, and even recorded classes lectures to help him stay updated. He would explain everything with patience, encouraging him at every step. Do you ever get tired? Pratap asked once. Of college? Yes. Of you? Never. Praveen laughed. As the month passed, Pratap slowly started to stand, then walk with support. His spirit never broke because his friend stood unshaken beside him. Then came the final exam. Both were nervous. They studied day and night together, revising every chapter, solving model papers. On the night before the first exam, some boys approached them with a whisper, We got the question paper. If you want, we can share. Praveen looked at them coldly. No thanks. Pratap added, we will write what we studied. That's enough. The exam were tough, but they didn't waver. They gave their best. When the results came, the college erupted with excitement. Pratap's hands trembled as he opened the portal. He stared at the screen in disbelief. Praveen, he shouted, you got fifth rank in the district. Praveen came running. And you? Eighth rank. They hugged tightly, tears of joy in their eyes. Their parents cried with pride. Professors praised them in class. Local newspaper even picked up their story. Their friendship, their struggle, their victory. It all felt like something out of a movie. Today, Praveen and Pratap are preparing for their CA finals. They still sit at the same tea stall near the college every evening, talk about life, laugh about their past and their dreams about the future. One day, Pratap asked softly, why did you do all this for me? Praveen looked at him and said, because you are not just a friend, Pratap. You are my family. In life, you don't leave family behind. Their story isn't about riches or poverty. It's about loyalty, about standing by when it's hardest, about the unspoken bond that doesn't need words, only presence. True friendship isn't clicking selfies and writing long captions on birthdays. It's waiting outside the ICU, giving without expecting, staying when it's painful, and smiling through tears. That is the story of Praveen and Pratap. A story that reminds us what is truly means to be a friend. Listeners, if you understood and if you like this story, please like my channel, please like my story and subscribe to my channel. Thank you all.